Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. This is the Jack's Casino World Series of Darts Finals, coming to you from the incredible city of Amsterdam. It's all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. We are live on ITV Sport as we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, the former Auckland dance master, that is the original K.Anderson! Ladies and gentlemen, a winner of a World Series event, the gentle Suljovic!
Austria against Australia on stage tonight, and in the commentary box we've had a change. It's now Alan Warren a little, and good evening to you, John Rawling.
Good evening, Jackie. Good evening, everybody. Well, this match, men saw the higher ranked player, but Kyle has got a good record against him, and last week in the European Championships, I think by his own admission, Mensur would say he threw like a drain.
Yes, absolutely amazing. K.Anderson's record against Mensur Suljovic, which we'll come on to shortly. Two players of extreme quality. We know what these two players can do.
Kyle, 32 years old. 7-2 his record head-to-head against Mensur Suljovic, who, as I said, had that pretty awful performance last week when he was swept away by Vincent van der Voort in the first round of the European Championship. Mensur, the older player, PDC ranked number 9 now. Won the Danish Darts Open last year, but his more recent form not great, and his last two encounters against Kyle, he's wound up on the losing side.
Yes, he'd love to get one back over on Kyle this weekend.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
certainly Mensur Suljovic probably played his best consistent darts a couple of years ago. He's looking to try and get that standard back, as is Kyle.
Russ Bray, our referee for this one, sporting a bit of facial hair nowadays, and just back himself from a foray down into the Southern Hemisphere, refereeing and emceeing down there on a number of events. Loves his travel, does Russ.
Yes, there's a lot of work over there down in Australia. I noticed that Damon Heater was in the audience as well when Carl was doing his walk-on. He'll be playing tomorrow night as one of the seeds by virtue of his win in Brisbane. Incredible win for not just him but for Australian darts. That's what the World Series offers.
Commentated on a 9-darter which K.Anderson produced a couple of years ago in the European Championship.
Against Michael?
It was.
He actually should have won the game if I remember rightly.
Yep, he had him... what's the nice way of putting it? He had him at his mercy.
Well, that's
adding
right.
various other things as well.
It's all about winning in the end, isn't it? Hitting the last double. Well, Kyle sort of came to light, didn't he, by hitting his first 9-darter in the World Championships quite a few years ago.
Yeah, so was that back in 2013, was it? It's
A long time ago. That's when the World Series actually started in 2013 in Dubai.
9-darter in the... oh, excellent. 1080 got a 9-darter against Ian White, who just came through as a winner in our last match. Mansour aiming to set it up. Talked about Damon Heta as a winner. He's watching on here. There he is.
Yep, looking forward to his debut tomorrow night.
I told there's a roof in my train. I think they're going to be strapped to the roof by the end of the evening. Shanghai then for 1-0 for the holder throw, looking for treble 20, which he's got, so single for double. Good dart, plenty of space. Just drags it low.
There's the other opportunity there, but this is an opportunity to break throw for Mensah. He gets the first one, 18 for double. 114 finish for the first leg. Ooh, it was a long way off the double.
Not very close, that one. So tops, double 10 for Kyle. Should be a decent marker. This time, gotta go. Oh dear. Maybe that first one, I said a decent marker, possibly without the adjustment along the oche, maybe just a little bit too close. Double 9.
A bit of a blocker. Both players struggling on the double in this first leg. They're so important, these first couple of legs in the match, because it just gives you a bit more confidence and relax a little bit.
Double 10. I can't quite work out why Suljovic chose to bust that when he's left on double 9, but there you go. His favourite double's double 14. I guess 9's adjacent. Anyway, big dart. Double 10.
Well, what's happened twice for K.Anderson there? His first dart's gone on the wire. He has quite a big barrel, and he couldn't get round it. He was moving to the left, to the right, and he just couldn't get it round that first dart.
Well, he's left this double 9, and he's spraying darts around. This is his 21st, and he gets it. 24th, I beg your pardon. And he puts it out, finally, and it represents a break of throw.
Well, the important thing is he won the leg, as Yeli Klassen looks on. Wins that first leg. The marker was incredible because it was such a long way off. He didn't expect that last dart to go in the double, but it did.
Well, it can only get better, as they say. That was a fairly prosaic first leg. And Mansour produced legs aplenty of those against Vincent van der Voort in Göttingen in a televised event for you on ITV4 last week, and that's better from Kyle.
Yes, you mentioned his record earlier, John. Kyle's against Mensah, and most of those have been at the Players' Championship event over the best of 11 format, which is what this is. He's had him on the rack. That first leg was up for the grabs for both players.
Third time they've played on television, and it's one apiece in previous matches.
Well, Kyle down to number 38 in the world. He's trying to get his game back, noticeably over the last year or so. He's changed his throw slightly to try and adapt.
Anderson might be going down the bottom of the board here.
Should do.
Yep, that's done.
5 will leave 170.
Oh, hello.
7's even better.
Bit better than that. How about 9?
9. He's raising the stakes.
Pretty decent, I think we'll all be agreed on that. 94 required for the break of throw, and a very makeable target. Suljovic can do no more than just try and tighten his grip, try and produce a bit of pressure, and he needs a treble.
He may go for the ball. No, it's not. Body might have gone for the ball there, but treble 19 is certainly done him no harm whatsoever. And after the mistakes in that first leg, he's just checking in his mind what he wants to go for. Yeah, 2 double 19s. Oh, unlucky. It was a good marker.
Yeah, he thought he'd done the hard work there. So 88 for Mensah. Treble 20, double 14. Good darts. Perfect dart. Double 14.
Oh, he's missed it. What's going on?
74.
Well. Well, he knows how to get this double 19. He's going for 6, though.
Yeah. He went for the 6 and hit the 10.
24.
Well, bag of mashings really on the doubles.
Double 7, Suljovic. Puts it away and builds on that scrappy first leg break. 2-0 for the man who's based in Vienna.
Well, you mentioned earlier, John, about his poor performance last week in the European Championships. He's averaging 75 here, but crucially, he's 2-0 ahead. All about winning the leg. He's not performing to the level we expect from Mensah Suljovic. Major winner. Going around the board a lot, these two players. They can't seem to find that level on the treble 20, find the distance. Sometimes that happens and end up going all around the board, which these two players have done in essence in the first 3 legs.
Poor double throwing so far, but the scoring's not been great either, and the average is reflecting that. Both of them in the low 70s at this point. And the standards of professional darts, not great, but it'll surely improve.
Well, 2 out of 19. I mean, 2 out of 19 on the double. It's just not what I expected at this level, but it can happen. He's only the 3rd leg. Well, a ton lead for Kyle here, but he really needs to focus on this leg. He hasn't played well so far, but if he can take this leg, and this is what he's got to be thinking about, because he'll be back in the match at 2-1.
He needs to 170, the minimum requirement, but Suljovic move into a strong position.
Well, he may have to take the 170. He was in such a good position.
Good crowd here. They'll certainly respond if he gets there. Some 2,000 in. They'll be hanging from the rafters tomorrow. No, it's not going to be the sentimental moment for Raymond van Barneveld, win or lose.
Absolutely, yes. The crowd will erupt when he enters the arena on Saturday night in Amsterdam.
75.
So Kyle, you're going to have to get this, my boy. 112. Suljovic there on double 16. Well, may go 18s. That's a bit of a blocker, isn't it? I'm not sure. Yes, he has. So double 19. And he gets it. That is a quality checkout, Alan.
Well, it's more because of what's happened in the first 2 legs. He did have a dart at double 19 earlier.
Well, he found it, hadn't he? He was on 76 and got the first one. Tried to go double-double.
Yeah, but when he's missed, I think it was 0 out of 10 before that leg there. It was so important for him to take the leg. Clean and clinical finish. It can change a game, change your focus, the way of thinking, and you get stuck into the next leg. Started off well there because he hasn't been scoring well. Well, neither player has been scoring well, to be honest.
No, it's starting to waken up a little bit in terms of a match. Anderson is the one who's fancying the break back here. He doesn't like the way those are sitting, so comes across for the 18, and as you can see, into the bottom corner, perfect adjustment.
Yeah, good adjustment and good score there, but he's just having a bit of trouble, isn't he, with the way the darts are lying. If it's below the treble 20, you can't get past
18.
it. And that one was actually in the treble 20 and it just kind of blocked the bed.
That he's effectively nicked the darts, or he had done, needs a treble and he can't
55.
find one. He's effectively taken the darts and he's pretty much handed it straight back. 6 from here for Suljovic.
Good first one. Not a bad second. And it's fifth 140, not the maximum, but puts him in prime position in this leg.
Look like Rafa Benitez in the audience there, surely not. Good darts. That's a brilliant setup. So Suljovic on his throw. He needs to get this 81.
Yes, a couple of seconds ago he was in a good position, but he's got to hit the double. Double 18, one dart to go. Oh, lovely adjustment with that last dart.
Quality darts. Ton of shanters there. I don't know if that's the K.Anderson Appreciation Society here a day early.
They're warming up.
Yeah, there'll be a fair amount of warming up going throughout the evening and continuing through the weekend. Always a terrific atmosphere in these events in the Netherlands.
59.
Yes, they enjoy the darts, they enjoy the party atmosphere that it creates. They come along to enjoy themselves. Fancy dresses on.
58.
Break at the end of this leg. So clearly, as ever, so important that the man with the darts takes it.
99.
They both know that they're not playing particularly at their best level. It's a good visit there from K.Anderson, but it's important when you're not playing well to dig deep. The averages are starting to improve slightly in this fifth leg. Will it be 4-1 or will it be 3-2?
Winner of this to play Damon Heta in the next round, who we saw watching on.
He's good mates with K.Anderson, isn't he?
The Chizzy fans in the arena. Chizzy, who's in action against Simon Whitlock later on. Playing. That's good. Oh, maximum. Great time to find one. His first of the match.
Excellent timing as well. There's him 78. Puts a little bit more pressure on the 110 from Kyle. And again, he's having to stop too often for me. He gets that blocker, but he gets the treble 18. Great second dart.
92.
Oh, unlucky with the third. Important dart there from Anderson.
Now Mansour, this would be a real body blow to the Australians' hopes. 18 will be the first port of call. He's taken that one. 20s. Stayed away from treble. Now tops. Right low.
Kyle will require 18.
Got to go straight at it. One left.
9 score.
Kyle, no. So Mansour again, having come so close with his last visit, now for another break. This to go 4-1 up. Double 10. And that represents a pretty poor scoreline for K.Anderson. He's got that good record over the years against Mensur Suljovic, but not this time so far. Off the stage they go, and Suljovic needing just 2 more. Leads K.Anderson 4-1. The averages have been ropey, but Mansour knows now that with that break he's getting close. Oh please, he implores the darting gods to stay with him and to take him through to a first round victory. It's 4-1 against Kyle, and Kyle needs to absolutely move up a gear or he's heading out.
Well, he's got to improve his scoring, which he did slightly in the second part of that first session. neither player has been that good on the doubles. They're both giving each other chances, but it's just that Mensah has taken more of those chances, 4 out of 14, which isn't special by any means, but it gives him a 4-1 lead. Kyle, 1 out of 15 is, well, he'll be really disappointed with that stat there, as you can see. He's got to improve that, obviously.
Next match up after this, Krzysztof Ratajski against Nathan Aspinall. Could be a goodie, that one.
Yes, absolutely. Two players in prime form, rising up the rankings.
Nathan, who had a visit over to see the Ajax football stadium, not too far away from this arena, near the hotels where we're staying. Went over there earlier on today.
Yes, he was a Man United Academy player, wasn't he, when he was
younger? Yep.
He's better from Kyle. The second maximum.
Well, he needs a whole load more of those.
Yes, trebles for show. It's the doubles for dough that he's having trouble with, but back comes Mensah.
Kyle's having massive trouble on the doubles. That's a brilliant visit from Mensah. 1 out of 15. K.Anderson. Suljovic is poised, and Kyle can do nothing about it.
Yes, after that maximum, he must have thought he was back in the leg. Only for Mensah, that wonderful 150 setup to leave this double 16 for 5-1. All looking good for Mensah, but he's got to hit it.
Squeezed it in. 5 out of 16 he's had on the doubles, and he's within a leg now of a place in the next round.
Yeah, 5 out of 16, but it has been good enough, hasn't it? The opponent has really struggled on the double. Scoring's not been too bad. 2 180s, 5 140s. But if you can't hit the double, you don't win the leg.
This is Kyle's 20th World Series event, having made his debut in Sydney back in 2013.
Yes,
Mensah's 7th World Series event.
Yes, a regular K.Anderson down under. Both these players have won a World Series event. I think it was the New Zealand Masters. And so the event in Cologne.
When, he won the Auckland Darts Masters. Kyle beat beat Corey Cadby in the final. Corey's
Gelsenkirchen, that's where it was, where Mensah won with that massive crowd of 23,000.
Corey seems to have disappeared off the scene, sadly. Looks as though he's a real exciting new talent who is going to be coming through, but things haven't worked out for him one way or the other. Off the hockey.
He's taken his chance, hasn't he? I mean, he won that World Series event we mentioned. He's a seed in this event. I think he's qualified for the World Championships as well.
Great darts. Great darts. 12 darts down to 41. Anderson's going to have to take this. 156.
Well, he had it in the last leg, didn't he? After Mensah did that setup, he had to take out 164 and couldn't get it.
So this is for the match. Double 16 now for 6-1. Should be a good marker. Oh God, I missed that by a distance. What happened there?
That was a long way off there. Just showed you that both players have been struggling on the double. 1 out of 15 for Kyle, but he's got to get this one. He could be going home.
46.
Is the taxi running, as the man says. So, double 16. He lost 6-1 in the first round last week, and needs this to take this 6-1, and duly does. Mensah Suljovic through to the next round. Not a terribly distinguished match. Averaged 87 against Anderson's 84. Anderson's doubles hurt him terribly. 1 out of 17. Mensah getting home in the end very comfortably. Takes it 6-1. But if he's going to keep on progressing, he's going to have to throw an awful lot better than that.
Well, Suljovic nowhere near his best, but he didn't have to be tonight. K.Anderson's doubles letting him down big time in an error-strewn match here in Amsterdam. The match sees the Austrian progressing to the second round, where he'll meet another Aussie opponent, Damon Heta, tomorrow night. Well, 6-1 was the scoreline, but just have a look at those doubles. Absolute shocker for Kyle. He missed 16 out of 17. The averages for the pair of them around the mid-80s, and it's probably best we move on to a match we're hoping is going to offer us rather more quality.